The BBC are at it. Yes, two BBC presenters have been brutally humiliated on live television in front of the whole of the United Kingdom. Now, Labour 2 days ago dropped a huge bombshell, which the party broke their commitment on the grooming gang scandal and stated that they weren't going to be progressing with a national inquiry, which has outraged many Britons. However, the BBC, instead of focusing on such a huge scandal and a huge bombshell, they've decided to ask the leader of the opposition, Kemi Badenoch, whether she has watched Adolescence, and spent majority of the interview talking about this series that's on Netflix. Now, throughout it, one of the BBC presenters refers to this make-believe and fictional story as a documentary. She says it many, many times, even though she has been corrected throughout the interview, and still calls it a documentary. Guys, have a watch of this. The BBC are a mainstream media platform that have the luxury of asking real-life questions to members of parliament, and this is the sort of nonsense that they come up with, and it's the sort of nonsense that British taxpayers are paying for. Have a watch of this mess.
Have you watched Adolescence yet?
No, I haven't. I probably won't. It's a film on Netflix, and most of my time right now is spent visiting the country.
It's a four-part series on Netflix, and
okay.
Everyone is talking about it. It is prompting conversations about toxic masculinity, smartphone use, young men feeling that they're being ignored, the idea of misogyny being increased in school. Why would you not want to know what people are talking about?
Well, I think that those are all important issues, and those were issues that I've been talking about for a long time. But in the same way that I don't need to watch Casualty to know what's going on in the NHS, I don't need to watch a specific Netflix drama to understand what's going on. It's a fictional series. It is not a documentary. What I've been talking about recently, for instance, is banning smartphones in schools. I've been going to schools all around the country. I was in Evesham just yesterday, talking to head teachers, talking to students, and they talk about the problems that phones are causing.
The difference this documentary has made compared to, say, a politician, any politician, leader of a party, the Prime Minister, going around talking in schools, is this has made much more of an impact than any politician has in terms of what people are talking about right now. So it's really confusing that you don't want to know why, how this has made an impact, how parents are now saying we need to know more about smartphone use.
I can read what people are saying about it. I look at research. This is something that I've been looking at for a long time.
You wouldn't want to know straight from the horse's mouth.
One of the things that I'm more bothered by is the fact that just yesterday we had Labour telling us that they're not going to be investigating the rape gang scandal, something which had happened all across the country. That's real. That's happening right now. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a fictional documentary.
Do you think you're...
We had thousands of... If I may just finish. We had thousands of victims. Female victims, those are girls, young women, and some boys too. I met the mother of a boy who killed himself after being a victim. I want to talk about that because that is real. And yes, I'm glad that the Netflix drama is something that people are talking about, but it is not the only thing. There are many other things that are going on. And my job as opposition leader is to hold the government to account, get them to hold a full national inquiry on what is one of the biggest scandals in our country.
And do you stand by the thing you just said a moment ago, that you're comparing Adolescence with Casualty? These TV...
Why is he still going on about Adolescence? Why? They're just speaking about the grooming gang scandal. Kemi's brought up a very, very good point, a real-life scenario, and he's so focused on talking about the Netflix series. What's he going on about?
Programs. Did you really mean to say that?
I'm saying very clearly that my job is not to watch lots of TV. My job is to get out there and make sure that I'm talking about the issues that are happening in the country right now. And yes, of course, we should be talking about misogyny. The rape gang scandal is one of the most misogynistic incidents that has happened in our country. So me talking about that, me asking for a national inquiry is doing my job. But telling me that I should go home and watch Netflix is you trying to tell me how to do my job. But I don't think that's how to do my job. I can read about...
At what point did I tell you...
Well, you've just said that you were surprised that I haven't watched it. We don't have to watch a particular show to know what is going on in the country. I have met parents of children who've had those experiences. I have met children who've been victims. I think that that is enough for me to go out there, make policy, look at the research.
Yeah, adolescence
But I don't think the right thing is to be deciding who has watched which show and working out whether that means that you are informed. There are many ways for us to be informed.
Adolescence has made more of an impact than any politician has on parents and when it comes to the issue of smartphones and misogyny, and yet you are saying, despite that, you don't need to know about it.
Well, no, I haven't said that I don't need to know about the issue.
You don't need to watch it.
I don't need to watch a specific show to know what is going on in this country. It's a fictional show. Let's talk about what's real. I'm going out there every day. I have constituents coming to me telling me what they're worried about. I had a colleague, an MP, who was murdered due to Islamic terrorism. You look at what's happened in Southport, you look at what's happening in Rotherham, in Oldham, there are real issues. I'm getting out there talking about it. Asking me to sit down and watch a television drama that lots of other people have seen, have written about, have told me about. I know what it's about. I think it is important, but it was also, it's also fiction. Let's talk about what's happening to real people. You had a mother of a woman who was killed. Let's talk about her. That's real life. That's real life.
Who are these pair? Who are these? I know they're quite respected journalists, especially the man. He's been in this game for a long time. But what the heck is going on in that interview? Why are they constantly going on about adolescence? Why are they constantly going on about this as a documentary when it's a fictional story? It's like me talking about, I don't know, have they watched the last episode of White Lotus that's been recently premiered? Like, why is she going on? Why are they all going on about that? Then she starts to talk about the grooming gang or the rape gang sort of scandal and the cover-up and all of these kind of things. But they're not asking questions on that. The BBC presenters are not asking, they're not interested on any questions with regard to that whatsoever. And that's a bombshell that was dropped 2 days ago, literally just before the Easter recess, something that has been going on in Parliament. So, I mean, what is this kind of journalism? And to be fair, you may, whether you like the Tories or not, that's up to you in terms of the opinion. But Kemi said everything absolutely right there. Yes, her job is to deal with real life issues from up and down the country. And yeah, the rape gang scandal is certainly one of those things. And why would these BBC presenters telling her to watch 4 hours of a Netflix show, which you can just give a summary of what it is? You know, everyone's getting so englamoured by this Netflix show, but it's fiction. It's a made-up story. It's something that's not real. But the BBC are focused on whether she's watched it or not. I just can't get my head around it. I really can't. And this is what the BBC have been doing for a very long time. I mean, I've been showing lots of clips from the BBC over the last couple of weeks. It's trash journalism, and international people that come onto this show know that as well. So yeah, it's absolutely scandalous that they're persisting with that. It was a 5-minute interview there, just talking about why she hasn't watched it yet. Bonkers. Anyway, I'm done with the rant. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.